Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So 54-year-old Indiana resident Dona Sue Bissey was sentenced quite a while ago. This is one that somehow escaped my attention. So I want to be complete in the record. So I'll be sharing some of these older sentencings over the next few months when I have the time, when there aren't new sentencings to fill up the day. So Bissey traveled to D.C. with her friend and her co-defendant Anna Morgan Lloyd. And after Donald Trump's speech at the Ellipse, they followed the mob to the Capitol. They were seen on video on the restricted grounds. They were captured on surveillance video illegally entering the building. And Bissey took a photo with her friend and a few other people inside the Capitol, and they posted it on her Facebook profile. And she captioned it, quote, "Inside the Capitol building." Made it very easy. Bissey posted a photo of another woman as well. And she wrote, quote, "This is our warrior, Linda. We stayed with her and her daughter, Stacy, all day. They are somewhat locals. When we marched to the Capitol, she said, 'I'm going in,' and she led the way. We went in. This photo taken at Capitol entry right before." She also shared a screenshot of a Twitter post that read, quote, "This is the first time in the U.S. Capitol had been breached since it was attacked by the British in 1814. And then along with the screenshot, Bissey said, quote, "We were inside for reals. Linda led the way. She is a true patriot and warrior." On the night of January 6th, a friend texted Bissey and asked if she was scared when they went into the Capitol. And Bissey replied, quote, "Hell no. We stormed the Capitol, and I'll never forget it for the rest of my life. I'm very glad I was there. God has kept us safe." The following day, Bissey posted another photo on Facebook. She tagged Morgan Lloyd in that photo, and she stated, quote, "We are home. Thank you to all that messaged, checking in and concerned. It was a day I'll remember forever. I'm proud that I was a part of it. No shame. By the way, turn off the hashtag fake news." Gosh, might want to take your own advice. So Bissey continued to post and brag about her crimes in the days that followed, and she wrote things like, quote, "It's the best effing day ever." So she made the FBI's job super easy to find her, super easy to track all of her crimes. They had a photo of her that was widely circulated. So on January 22nd of 2021, Bissey had gone in to try to apply for a firearm permit. Well, someone recognized her from the Capitol attack. And on February 24th of 2021, Bissey was interviewed by the FBI. I give her credit for this, she readily admitted to her crimes. And Bissey admitted that she saw others, quote, "pushing through the fencing." She also conceded that she had heard a window breaking. However, here's where she lost me. She claimed that she would have never entered the Capitol if she knew that she wasn't allowed inside. Bissey also said that she and her friends were, quote, "shocked by what they saw on the news, and they had no idea about what all took place that day." That I really do believe, because it's a huge place, right? You couldn't possibly know everything that was going on every inch of the Capitol grounds that day. So Bissey was arrested on February 24th of 2021, and she was charged with entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and parading or demonstrating in a Capitol. Bissey accepted a plea deal, and this was shortly after her arrest. In July of 2021, she pleaded guilty to the parading charge. So she was looking at up to 6 months in prison, 5 years of probation, and $5,000 in fines. However, the government was willing to give her almost a complete pass. They asked the court for only 3 years of probation, 40 hours of community service, and $500 in restitution. primarily because she took responsibility right away, but also because she was only inside for 10 minutes. She didn't commit any acts of violence or vandalism. She didn't steal anything. Also, as I mentioned, this is an old case. These original cases, it seems like they didn't take them as seriously. They didn't truly understand that these people knew what they were doing, did it anyway, and then had no remorse. So I have seen the prosecutors being a little more aggressive in what they ask for as the years have gone on. And they did note in her case that she was a follower of QAnon conspiracy theories. And at her sentencing hearing, the prosecutor told the judge that Bissey, quote, appears to be susceptible to believing outlandish and absurd conspiracy theories. You're all shocked to hear that, I know. Also at the sentencing hearing, Bissey's attorney claimed that her client was deeply remorseful for her actions, but it didn't hit her right away. Those were her words. Not until she saw photos and videos of what had happened all over the Capitol grounds. U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan presided over Bissey's case, and she told Bissey's attorney, quote, I cannot help but think that had there been no consequences for Ms. Bissey in terms of getting criminally charged, had there been no public outcry, she would still be proud of her participation. She added, quote, it wasn't the public images that caused her to rethink her participation. It was the consequences to her personally. I've read in the submissions you gave me about the consequences that she personally has suffered from losing her lease, from her business drying up, from the condemnation that she received from people in the community. So I do question your characterization of her remorse, and it's not, in my opinion, borne out by the record. The judge also noted that in court that day and in her sentencing memo, Bissey and her attorney repeatedly talked about what she's gone through since January 6th, but they have never uttered one word about what the police went through, what everyone else who was working in the Capitol that day went through, what they suffered that day or after the fact. So with that, the judge sentenced Bissey to 14 days in prison, 60 hours of community service, and $500 in restitution. Judge Chutkan said that she didn't want to burden the probation department with any kind of probationary period, and she believes that these petty misdemeanor convictions don't allow for a split sentence of both prison and probation. So it was one or the other. She went with prison. Also, she found that Bissey couldn't afford a fine, so that's why she let that slide. But, this is why Trump should be concerned, because this Judge Chutkan, imposed prison time when the prosecutor recommended probation only. She is a tough judge. She takes this very serious. So I'll let you all know when I hear more or if I hear more in this case. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, please subscribe, donate if you possibly can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.